All right, welcome to another episode of Two Fight Fans, where we talk about all things in combat sports. I'm one fight fan, Collin.
You know it stanks, bruv. I'm the other fight fan, Stuart.
Gross. All right, so we're doing something a little bit different today. It's the beginning of the month, and we are going to talk about our five most anticipated, or the top five fights we're looking forward to most this month.
Yeah, and Collin just let me know that we're not doing just MMA. We're gonna do
Nope.
boxing, and he's gonna pull out some stinky, nasty ones. So we'll see how this goes. This is much more loosey goosey than I'd like it.
Yeah.
But let's at least, Collin.
Okay.
Let's at least for the first two do our number one most anticipated MMA fight, and then our
Okay.
second one most anticipated boxing fight.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So, Collin, do you want to start off most anticipated MMA fight or most anticipated boxing fight?
We'll start most anticipated MMA fight. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. Lay it on me, son.
All right. I don't know if you're gonna like this one though. My most anticipated fight this month, which, by the way, slim fucking pickings.
Yeah, it's a rough month.
Yeah.
September's not super great, buddy.
No, it's not. It is really not. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be the fight not this weekend, but headlining the following weekend. Diego Lopez versus Blue Jean Silva at featherweight.
Now, why do we like this fight, Collin?
Well, one, it's featherweight, Division of Kings.
We love that.
Yeah, we do love it. Pretty much any featherweight fight I enjoy, you know. Diego Lopez is coming off his title fight loss, so he's looking to bounce back against a very, very insane, wild, literally wild man, Blue Jean Silva. He's the one who last time was hanging off the cage and barking, right, at his opponent.
Ooh, I don't know if he was barking. He was doing some insane shit. Well, no, I think he beat that grotesque racist Brian Mitchell last time.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell. Yeah. And I think he was barking at him the whole time. He was just a literal dog.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that's cool.
I do think it's going to be a very violence-filled match, because I think it's going to be Silva having an extreme advantage on the feet, and Diego Lopez is going to try to wrestle and outside him, and then we'll see if one, Blue Jean Silva can defend the takedown, and two, if he can use his jiu-jitsu to sweep and gain more advantageous positions to continue to land strikes on Diego Lopez, or maybe even get a submission of his own. But I see this as a wrestling versus striking / jiu-jitsu match.
Striking. Would like
Striking.
to hear that word. That's what I like to hear. Now, it's interesting to say that Blue Jean Silva will be struggling to defend the takedown, because I think he defended most takedowns.
Oh, no, I'm going to say it's going to be whether or not he can do it.
Now, does Diego Lopez have better takedowns and grappling than Bryce Mitchell?
Yes. I think he does.
No. Oh my God.
You don't think his takedowns are better than Bryce Mitchell's?
No. Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing for the first time on the Two Fight Fans podcast, one of us actively, like the cordyceps fungus in the Last of Us video game plus TV show on HBO Max, being infected with donkey brains. Unfortunately, Collin is turning into a clicker and doesn't know jack shit about anything.
You think Bryce Mitchell has better wrestling than Diego Lopez?
Yes.
No way.
Collin, my brother in Christ. I mean, you sound like... Oh no, Collin. Is it true? You're a
filthy casual?
Filthy casual?
No, man.
Oh no. Are you a street urchin out here? Begging for crumbs? Asking for Ikram Aliskerov knockouts and saying that fucking Carlos Oberg is your savior? This is upsetting. This is upsetting to hear, my man.
Explain to me then how Bryce Mitchell has better wrestling than Diego Lopez. Give it to me.
Okay, statistically, he has 3.3 takedowns per fight. Diego Lopez has less than 1 takedowns per fight. Diego Lopez is out here fighting
No.
like Brian. Yes.
No way.
I mean, hold on. That's actual math. And Collin is debating numbers. That's not even.
No,
I'm not
looking this
making
down
up
here.
this shit. Look it up, motherfucker. Also, you and I both had an argument about Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega. And we were talking about, like, who is the most modern Brian Ortega? And we went, well, these two motherfuckers have bad wrestling, but they've got good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and they can punch. We both on record recorded said they both suck at takedowns and takedown defense. And yet you're out here proselytizing that Diego Lopez is this amazing grappler. You're dead wrong, my man. You're dead wrong. Now, does that mean Blue Jean Silva can't be taken down? No. Because he hasn't shown great takedown defense, though he was able to have good takedown defense against Bryce Mitchell overall. I think you're right. Blue Jean Silva gonna be able to beat Diego Lopez. But your understanding of Diego Lopez, I've weighed it and I found it wanting, Collin. This is upsetting. This is the most upsetting pick I think you've ever made.
I don't know why that in my mind, Diego Lopez has it's beyond me that he only has 0.35 takedowns per 15 minutes. I feel like I've seen him do way more like maybe not the volume, but he definitely controls and dominates on top.
Collin, are you ready to admit now, because you've looked at the numbers, that you might be the stupidest motherfucker talking about Diego Lopez? Like, come on now, buddy. Come on.
No, I remember him being on top. I'm sticking with what I thought here. I see that it is like less than 1 per 15 minutes, but I don't know why I remember. Like, I remember him just being on top of Dan for 2 whole rounds.
Oh, that's what it is.
On Brian Ortega too.
Yeah, but the only thing your brain is absorbing is the Dan Ige loss, because you're all hot and bothered and frothy over Dan Ige. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Collin looked at the data and went, I don't think that's true. Because I remember one specific instance that fits my narrative better. If that isn't...
I have two in
the
recent memory.
Exact image of the American way of going through life, I don't know what is. Come on, buddy.
He only had 1 takedown against Brian Ortega. I definitely remember him taking him down in multiple rounds.
No. Okay, so what happened was Brian Ortega was like, I'm going to throw a jab and throw my chin directly in the air. And then Diego Lopez knocked him the fuck down. That doesn't count as a takedown. That counts as a knockdown. And then since Brian Ortega was half dead, he landed on top and was like, I'll control from this position. And Brian Ortega was like, well, I'm half unconscious. I can't throw up anything or sweep to get to my feet. But when it comes to actual takedowns, like actually going, hey, we're both standing. We're both trying to stay standing. Are you able to take me to the ground? Diego Lopez is not very good, man. He's not very good.
He only had 1 takedown against Dan Ige. I definitely remember him somehow taking him down twice in the first round and holding him down, and in the second round. And he didn't even take down in either of those rounds, apparently. According to these stats, he only took him down in the third round.
Yep. Well, everyone that listens, here we go. Our very first 2025 Tiffy for Donkey Brains of the Year is actually not going to be handed out to a fighter. It's going to be handed out to our good friend Collin. Collin, will you accept this award with grace, humility, and honor?
Sure, but there's still a lot of time for this year for other Donkey Brains. I'm sure.
I don't think so, buddy.
Oh, really?
I don't think
Really?
so. Misremembering Diego Lopez versus Dan Ige, my brother in Christ, that's a sin. Like, if we were in the Catholic Church, the Pope would smite you.
Well, fuck all that. I don't
You
give a shit about that.
don't give a shit about the Pope? He's from Chicago. We have an American Pope now.
Okay.
He's
How
drinking
does that
fucking
affect me?
Malort.
How does that affect me at
I don't
all?
know. Did you ever encounter Malort when you were in Wisconsin? You lived in Wisconsin for a time,
did.
for
I
any of
did.
our viewers that don't know. Malort, did you ever see that?
No.
It's like I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, if anyone from Chicago that listens to our podcast knows, please write in. What is Malort? I've drank it quite heavily, but that's my own issue. I don't even know how to describe it. It is some sort of liqueur, only in not Wisconsin, Chicago, that you can get. Anyway, yeah, Blue Jean Silva, Diego Lopez is the best fight of this month, but Collin has got it entirely wrong. Blue Jean Silva is gonna lose 2 rounds and then knock out Diego Lopez in the third.
You're gonna say he's gonna win in the third.
Yeah, third round.
All right.
TKO.
All right.
Yeah. Blue Jean Silva, he's my Genie Valjean. He's gonna do the old 2-4-6-0-1, knock him out. It's gonna be great. We're gonna love it.
Is that
All
your
right.
pick for your top fight of this month as well, or no?
Look, it would be, but that would make it boring. So let me find another fight real fast. Look, the right answer is yes, that should be, right? That is the most interesting fight that we have running, but because we're running a podcast and we can't have it be that boring. What should be the most interesting fight? No, it's that one. It's that one.
Yeah.
We're both aligned. Diego Lopez, Blue Jean Silva. Blue Jean Silva's gonna kill Diego Lopez. Collin, thinking Diego Lopez is gonna take Blue Jean Silva down. I mean, these are the nonsensical ravings of a lunatic mind. That's
First of
totally
all,
correct. Blue Jean Silva. Yeah.
I said we'll be able to defend his takedowns. I didn't say he'd take him down. I'd say be able to defend it.
You thought okay, hold on. Let's back up. Maybe I've got this twisted. You think Blue Jean Silva is gonna try to take Diego Lopez
No,
down?
the other way around. I was saying if Blue Jean Silva could defend against his takedowns.
Yeah, no, Diego Lopez ain't shooting for a single takedown. Or he'll shoot for one, immediately get stuffed, and then eat a hook for that. Like, Diego Lopez is not a good takedown artist. He's got 7 different hairstyles, Collin. He can't even make up what type of takedown he wants to go for. This is I mean, this is the most chaos we've ever had on this podcast. This is bananas. For this lone fight. Look, it's gonna be Blue Jean Silva killing Diego Lopez. It's gonna be the third round. Is Diego Lopez gonna win the first 2 rounds? Yes. Will it be because of a takedown that Diego Lopez got? No. It'll be Jean Silva throwing a flying spinning kick, Diego Lopez catching him mid-air and then laying him down like it's Dirty Dancing, and then making sure that he's in top position. It will not be because of a well-timed double leg, a well-schooled single leg. This is not what Diego Lopez does. Jean Silva will kill Diego Lopez. Mark my words.
I still think Blue Jean Silva's going to win. I just think that Diego Lopez is a big weight bully at featherweight, and he uses that to his advantage.
That's true. What? And so is Jean Silva. Much like Yo Romero, he's about 30 pounds heavier than he should be, and is so
Is he
athletic
that much
that
bigger
it's
in featherweight?
disgusting. I think he cuts down from 190. My dude is a motherfucker. Like yeah, he's coming in here to do stupid shit and be so athletic it doesn't matter. Now Diego Lopez is kind of like that, except he's just not as good. And that's that. So, yeah, best fight of the night. That's definitely it.
Okay, I'm sorry. We keep getting off track, but you said he cuts from 190. He's 5'7".
Yes, to 145. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, my boy
He's
is a
way
big
bigger than
hoss.
I thought. Like,
Yes, he is. he's a big boy. He's and we like him for that. We like big boys in our life. Yeah. I just can't believe you think Diego Lopez is gonna get a takedown on him.
Yeah.
That's
I said he was going to attempt takedowns.
no, you said he was going to. Now we're revising it. And here's the
No,
thing, Colin.
listen,
This is
listen.
recorded
I
for
said if he,
posterity, so we'll be
yeah,
able to know.
yeah. I said if he was going to be able to
All
defend
right.
against his takedowns.
Well, at this moment, please insert an audio clip of who said, I think he'll take him down and win, or I don't believe he's going to take
Okay,
down and win. Like,
I will do.
let's
I will do
know
that.
who's wrong.
Okay.
Yes. Please and thank you. Now, we've done this fight. We've talked this fight to death. Who gives a
Yes.
shit? Look, what it's going to be. Diego Lopez has a higher pace. He's going to throw more combinations, but Blue Jean Silva is going to like nuke him with one overhand right or a flying knee. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be no takedowns. Go fuck yourself, Collin. Let's move on because we're talking about the best fights in September. September is kind of a weird month for MMA, boxing, fight sports overall. Which fight, Collin, do you think is most likely to be an absolute banger in September?
Okay, define banger for me.
No, you define banger for me. It's the fight that you go like, oh my god, I'm frothing up the loins. That was so awesome. Look at that knockout. Look at that amazing back and forth battle. You tell
Okay,
me.
that's my like. Do you see a banger a back and forth even skill like momentum swing, or wow, this guy got the shit beat out of him like.
Because Colin's so old, we'll dumb it down a lot. What do you think will be the best fight of September 2025?
Best fight.
And don't ask me to find that further.
No,
You
no, no.
got like if you pick Shanna Bannon, I'll be upset. Right?
No,
You gotta
no.
pick a good fight.
Oh, this is happening. Oh no, that's never mind. That's I looked at the wrong date. I hate to say it, but I think a lot of these fights are going to be pretty one-sided or boring, at least in the MMA world. That's why I said like beatdown. I think the Mauricio Huffy versus Benoit Saint Denis is going to be a major beatdown, and I think
that's
Mauricio
pretty
Huffy,
good. I think that's pretty good.
So that's going to be, but I think the more back and forth and probably still ending in a finish. I think it's going to be the Canelo and Terrence Crawford fight.
Ooh, and look, we're gonna need to talk about that fight by itself.
Yes.
On a whole nother episode.
Yeah, next week.
Colin, I'd love for you to give me 3 points. Why do you think it's going to be the best fight of this month? Like from a entertainment standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is gonna win? And why do you think it has a better entertainment quotient than anything else going on in September?
Okay. Well, let me start with that because aside from the Blue Jean Silva fight, which I think is going to be pretty awesome, and aside from the beatdown that Mauricio Huffy is going to put on Benoit Saint Denis, everything else is kind of lukewarm, or it's going to be very one-sided, kind of like we've talked about before. Okay, yeah, there's a finish, there's a knockout or whatever, but these fights were so mismatched, so it's not really a back and forth. It's entertaining for different reasons, It's one of those. So that's what I'm thinking. And whereas Canelo and Terrence Crawford, you have two boxers who are very accomplished. Canelo not so much in his prime anymore, but still at relatively
not in his prime.
Yeah, but still two of the most decorated and most lauded current boxers of this current generation right now. Should they have fought years ago?
I mean, Canelo
Possibly.
is the most lauded.
Yeah.
Is the most lauded, most decorated, most celebrated, pound for pound, number one boxer of the year of our Lord 2025.
You have him as the number one pound for pound boxer? This is getting off topic, but
who would beat him?
Sick.
I think. Well, see, now you've just grabbed my testicles, and
that's my point.
I would put Usyk above him, But
Okay.
if we're looking, let's say both of them retire, we're looking at them on paper. Canelo has a better. If we're not looking at the actual performances, we're just looking at like,
Just
hey, how
numbers.
many divisions,
Sure,
how
sure.
many wins, what is the method of victory? Canelo is like 100 years from now, without the hindsight of looking at the actual victories at the time. I agree. Usyk is my guy. I'm gonna pick Usyk over Canelo, but when it comes to like on paper, how many divisions, how many belts, what is your method of victory? It's gonna be Canelo. Is gonna be considered the best pound for pound at this
Mhm.
time. And even if it wasn't at this time 2 years ago, he's gonna beat out Usyk.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, the longevity of Canelo's career and what he's been
yeah,
accomplishing over that whole period of time. Yes, 100%. So, my point
yeah.
is both of these guys, Canelo and Terrence Crawford, have, very storied resumes, Hall of Fame, resumes, things like that. So, and they have
Mm,
uh unique strengths for each of them. Canelo has shown like a change in his fighting style recently, so I'm wondering if Terrence Crawford can bring out the old Canelo. And if he can, I think they'll make it a very exciting fight. But Canelo is also older, so I don't know if he still has that, in the tank. But Terrence Crawford, like, you really put me onto him recently over the last 2 years. So, um, he's had like one or two like not great fights, but overall, when looking after what he's done, I've been very impressed. So, I think it's a good stylistic matchup, and it's just like it's a matchup of two. It's a matchup that we've been wanting to see, like of like these high profile fighters that finally we're getting something here. We're not getting a Canelo, who's this guy anymore. I
yeah.
think you've been asking for this fight since we started this podcast too.
Well, ever since Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, I was like, fuck yeah, let's get Canelo Alvarez against Terrence Crawford. And I'm excited for it. We'll talk more about it in its own special episode.
Yeah.
Um, it is, look, in reality, we're talking about Blue Jean Silva, Diego Lopez. Who gives a shit? Mauricio Huffy, Benoit Santini. Who gives a shit? Nobody remembers their names. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, two of the best boxers I've ever seen do it. You know?
Mhm.
Like, that's an amazing fight. Collin's not wrong to make your most anticipated fight. I just can't put it on there at the moment because Collin put it on there and I have to be a contrarian. But it is the best fight that's been made in boxing and will be made this year, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Look,
for
hey, look. We're at least agreeing for sure. Like we agree. We can agree.
yeah, no, I mean, this for September, dude, for the back half of this month, for almost this entire year, this is the motherfucking fight. This is the fight.
Mhm.
If I had to pick a fight that I know of that's scheduled in 2025, previous or not, Elite Topuria, Charles Oliveira, uh, Canelo versus Crawford, like if I had to pick a fight this year, this is the fight I'd watch. The fight I'd be
Mm.
most interested in. Now, I can't pick Collins because he picked it, and we're going to talk about it more. So, what's the fight I think that's going to be the most goofy, silly, slobber knocker fight that I want to see? I want to see Benoit Saint Denis against Mauricio Huffy. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Those are two goobers that are going to go in there and they're going to fight hard. Now, what do I know about Benoit Saint Denis? He trains himself. He's a big idiot. Now, when I say big idiot, he's special forces in France. Shout outs to the special forces in France. Black belt in judo. That motherfucker would toss me on my head, probably kill me. Mauricio Huffy seems like he hangs out with Carlos Prates and throws spinning shit. I love spinning shit. Collin, you train with me. I love spinning shit. Let's throw
Yeah.
spinning shit all the time, buddy. That sounds like a goofy ass fight as long as it lasts. So
Holy
that's my most anticipated fight.
dude, I did not realize out of 12 of Rachel Huffy's wins, 11 of them are by knockout. What the fuck?
Yeah, man. And
and most of them are in the first round.
4 of them are by spinning back fist or spinning kick.
Oh.
This motherfucker loves to spin. And you know what I like? I'm like fucking Regis on the Wheel of Fortune. Let's spin that shit. I love it. That's great.
First of all,
So
not the
Colin
right
actually
person.
picked out
Not the right person for Wheel of Fortune.
Colin picked out the actual right best fight that you could pick this month, but I'm picking the goofiest one for our most anticipated.
Yeah, no,
So that's where
that's
we're at.
good too. That's good too.
Yeah. Now, we're moving on. We're picking 5 fights each. I don't know if we even established this at the beginning
Oh
of the
no,
fucking
I said
podcast.
top five. I said top five.
Yeah, but top 5, we have like themes for each. So the first was our
That's true.
most anticipated. Number 2 was the best or most likely to be a banger. And number 3, now that we move past that, is highest profile that we couldn't give a shit about. What fight in September is high profile that we could not give a shit about?
The
Colin,
problem,
why don't you go first?
there's not many high profile. There's no more title fights in the UFC for this month.
Yeah.
There's not really maybe you could say the Diego Lopez and Blue Jean Silva might be a number one contender. I don't know, but
Mm.
um, there's just not many like. Well, okay. First of all, there's not many big names in the UFC anymore, but
Yeah.
like I guess okay. The way I phrase this is like a main card fight or a headliner fight that I don't really care about, and that's the headliner of the Perth card at the end of the month. Carlos Oberg versus Dominic Reyes. I don't
Ooh,
really.
that's the right pick. That's the right
Hey,
pick,
all
my
right.
boy. Yeah. Now, tell me why it's an important fight and why you couldn't just give a shit.
I guess it's setting up for potential clashes for the light heavyweight title, especially if Carlos Oberg wins in a convincing manner. And it's like
Ugh.
Dominic Reyes' like last chance at maybe, fighting for a title again. He's strung together what, 3 wins now?
Carlos Solberg or Dominic Reyes?
Dominic Reyes.
I think he snuck together 2 wins.
Oh,
Let's
3
see,
3 wins.
Krylov? Well, does Anthony Smith count?
It's a win on his record, man. It's a win on his record.
And then okay, so Jacoby and
Yeah.
Smith are pretty suspect.
Yeah, I know. But wins are
Yeah.
wins, man. He after 4 losses, he's taking those wins, So I mean, he's stringing together things again. So maybe he's got one more run at 35 years old. So,
Mhm.
but it's basically trying to see who's going to be a rising or next contender for the light heavyweight title after Pereira Ankalaev. So
Yeah.
I guess,
mean
yeah,
that
that's it.
yeah.
I guess that's what the stakes are. But at the same time, like we've talked about light heavyweight too, of how it's like there's nothing else there right now.
Yeah, it's a shitty it sucks, dude. It
Yeah.
sucks. Who cares? Like, are we really interested in Olberg versus Pereira or Olberg versus Ankalaev fight? Like,
No.
no. No one is. No one cares. My who gives a shit, but it's an important fight. It's Kai Bahalio, Nasruddin Imavov. I
Oh,
love
okay.
middleweight, but like, who cares? Against Hamzat or DDP, who cares? We talked about this slightly earlier this week.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about it anymore. Who cares? Who cares? We'll see how it is. We'll talk about it on Tuesday. Fuck it, dude. Who cares? Who cares? It's middleweight, and it's not even very interesting middleweight. All right. That means we make it to our next round of the. I'm trying to get. There we go. Okay. Our 4th fight. We're all supposed to pick our sneaky fight of the night contender. What fight do we think will actually be the best fight of September that we haven't already picked? Colin, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
All right, give me yours. I've gone first 3.
Well, I'm gonna steal one of yours, probably.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Colin's boy, Naya
yeah,
Windham
yeah.
is gonna be fighting against Akhmakdaliev. 12 rounds for Inoue's undisputed junior featherweight title. Is Inoue gonna probably win this fight? Yes. But Akhmadaliev is a solid fighter, a solid puncher, good defense. This, I think, will be a little bit more challenging than Inoue is used to. And if it's not, hey, that's a more entertaining fight. We love that shit. Inoue and Akhmadaliev fucking squaring up and throwing them bungalows. We love that. So I think this is gonna be like an absolute banger. One of the best fights of, like, I know Crawford and Canelo have all this pomp and circumstance, and I think it'll be a relatively decent fight. But I think Inoue and Akhmadaliev are gonna be the best fight of September overall. So that's my fight of the night for all of September. I think that's. Look, do I think Inoue is probably going to win? Yes, but I think it's going to be harder than we think it is, and I think he's probably going to get into trouble. And I think Akhmadaliev is gonna put the pressure on him, and Inoue is going to have to answer. And look, is the monster a fucking monster and going to kill a motherfucker? Yes, probably. But that's always cool to see. We love to see that. So yeah.
I love seeing Inoue fight. I think his technique, his skill, his tactics, they're all great. And he has stopping power, which always makes it interesting, especially at these lighter weight classes. But also, let's not forget, in Inoue's last couple fights, he's looked very human and getting knocked down in 2 of his 3 fights recently when he had never been knocked down before that. So seeing him come back from that kind of adversity, especially now going against like you said, a more heavy hitter fighter, that could potentially, put some danger in Inoue's fighting or Inoue's eyes there. I think this would be a sneaky, like really, really exciting back and forth fight then.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. So what's your sneaky fight of the night?
That was my yeah, it was the same. Yeah.
You gotta pick a different one. Come on now.
Dude, I don't know. Like,
all right. Well, let's move on to our final
yeah.
category for our top 5, which is, hey, that's a fight, I'll watch it. Collin, do you have a hey, that's a fight, I'll watch it?
Kind of like what you were saying, the Imavov and Kyle Bahalio fight. Like I like Kyle Bahalio and the Fighting Nerds, but it's on. But at the same time, whoever wins this, do I see them beating DDP or Hamza? Probably not. But so there's no real like consequence for it,
Sure, but we know that, like, they can, I don't know. We know that they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? But, like, they're pretty good, right?
Is this more like like, whatever, I'll watch it because it's on? Or is it like, I'm watching it, but there's not much care with it? Because that's more
it's definitely it's on, therefore I'll watch it kind of fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess on the same card, then I guess I'll watch the Pitbull fight. I don't know anything about his opponent. Who's Lucien
Keita. Is fast and throws hard punches. So hey,
okay,
old person versus young person who throws hard. Look, let's talk about it, and we'll talk about it a little bit more later. Callum Walsh is gonna fight Fernando Vargas Jr. They both are undefeated. I think Callum Walsh is 14-0. Vargas Jr. is 17-0. These 2 dudes hit hard, and they don't have the greatest defense in boxing. They are the co-main event to the Canelo Crawford fight. I'm gonna guess these 2 dudes are gonna take at least half a decade off each other's lives. And that's the kind of bullshit I'm absolutely into. Right? Is it good? No. I don't want a human to die earlier, but if they're going to, I hope Collin and I are entertained watching it. So, I mean, long and short of it is that this Canelo
Whoa.
Crawford Netflix card is the most interesting card that happens this September. Now, does Canelo sandbag this whole thing? Possibly. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But this Vargas Jr. and Callum Walsh fight card, or not fight card, fight as the co-main event. Hey, they're both set up. They both get into firefights. They both seem immune from the ability to have a firefight. So when you put two gunslingers in the ring at the same time, one of them's probably gonna get hurt. So I'm excited for that. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Dude, Callum Walsh fought at the end of June as well. That is not
No,
that long ago.
no, no. And he won, but was it a 5th round victory?
Yes. Yes, his 5th round technical decision.
Yeah. It's not a huge knockout puncher, but he does get TKOs. Look, I think this will probably be a slobber knocker, and I'm into it. I love to see it. Let's see two people beat the absolute piss out of each other. Yeah. That's what I say. Anything else, Colin? Any other fights you're interested in this month that we should call out? Anything else that you're thinking
Nah.
about?
Nah, like we said at the very beginning, this is kind of slim pickings here.
It do be slim pickings in September. October gets a lot better. Unfortunately, I'm out for most of September, going to England for fuck you, whatever I want to do in England. The Canelo Crawford fight is the most interesting. I'm still so sad, tears running down my cheeks that Colin would say that Diego Lopez is gonna get a takedown on John Silva. But we'll find out very soon about that. Anyway,
Mhm.
if you're only gonna watch 5 fights in September, watch the ones Colin and I recommended. They're mostly boxing, not as much MMA, and like a couple of MMA. October gets better. November, December will be better, and then we move to Paramount, in which who knows what this next generation of MMA looks like.
Mhm.
Anything else to say, Colin?
No, I think we hit it.
Yeah, I think don't go watch the Smashing Machine movie. I hear that The Rock's gonna win an Academy Award for it, but I have serious doubts. Now, I know it's very hard to find because we tried to find the Smashing Machine movie, and very suspiciously, it's not anywhere. You can't find it anywhere. So it seems like The Rock might have purchased up all the rights and deleted all trace of that documentary. But from what I have heard from early reviews, it's a shot-by-shot remake of that documentary, just with The Rock in it. So if you can find the
Oh.
documentary, just watch that shit. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Join us next week. We're going to talk about the Canelo Crawford fight, because it's the most interesting fight that's going to happen for the rest of this fucking year. And if you have a chance in September to watch any of the stupid bullshit fights we talked about, watch them, I guess. Yeah. All right, everybody. This has been 2-5 Fans Podcast. I'm 1-5 Fan Stewart.
I'm a donkey braid one, apparently. Colin.
You are. I mean, I can't. Well, we'll talk after the event, because boy, howdy. Anyway, all right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.